to my YouTube channel. Today I'm coming to you with something very different. I actually wanted to talk to you about my non-traditional student experience going to college. I'm gonna talk to you about everything that I've learned, my experience, and I guess what I would tell my younger self if I had the chance. So I hope this video helps anyone currently going through, the same thing. Okay, so I'm currently a junior in college, and I definitely should be a senior. But because I didn't transition the normal way with other students coming right out of high school, I didn't have the best experience getting into college. It was almost like everything was new to me. I didn't know what to do when it came to internships and when it came to looking for jobs. When it even came to studying and keeping up with the coursework. For me personally, it took a lot of adapting. And at the end of the day, like, it shouldn't take too long for you to transition into a new curriculum. But when you're coming in at the time that I did, which is basically 2 years into your coursework, the time that you actually have to adapt into becoming a college student, you don't actually get that. It's like you kind of have to hit the ground running. I will say, I've had other people, a lot of my peers, have similar experiences as me. But I will also note that the one good resource that they had was having maybe big siblings or older siblings that went to the same uni or the same college and had the same experience. So they kind of had a guide or mentor to help them transition through the school properly. Now, in my experience, I'm the firstborn, and I was coming from, I guess, I want to say a high school that had a completely different curriculum. We started off with a British curriculum, and I kind of transitioned halfway to the US and kind of had to relearn everything as I was going. I didn't finish when I wanted to, and it kind of set me back a little bit. But I had to just, kind of push forward and tell myself, this is just a setback. It doesn't mean that I'm not going to be able to finish what I've, already started doing, which is my college degree. Now, the good thing I will say I had was the fact that I had those peers kind of graduate. So I had people that I could speak to and that could advise me on their college experience and how they were able to transition through the system, how they were able to maybe gain internships and advice about what career path to take. So personally, I will say, yes, it's been frustrating having to wait so long to get to the point where I can confidently say I will be graduating soon. But what I've learned, I guess, from the experience is, one, try your best if you have the opportunity to get a mentor before going to college, because college can be very distracting with everything going on around you, the hustle and bustle of, I guess, the college lifestyle. A lot of students tend to get carried away, and a lot of students end up not actually finishing or achieving what they set out to do. And it takes a lot of willpower for you to say, you know what, I'm going to go back and I'm going to finish this. Just know that there's always that avenue open for you to do so. I will say as well, if you have other people, or if you don't, let me say this, if you don't have other people that you can speak to about their college experience, then I would advise you to be more vocal. I hear this a lot, closed mouths do not get fed. So if you're like me and you're kind of shy when it comes to certain things, you're gonna have to work on speaking up, speaking to your professors, speaking to your peers, speaking to people in your same department. That's how you're gonna be able to network, and that's how you're gonna be able to transition smoothly into whatever degree you're going after. Also, that's how you're going to transition smoothly into getting a job. I had someone that I was very close to at my last university, and he basically told me that, you know, the way he was able to get his internships was by, you know, speaking to his professor, you know, building that rapport with his professor, kind of, you know, getting feedback on the work that he was doing within the class. So, with that in mind, it's like, okay, your professor knows your name. It can be a big class, but he now knows you. They now know that, you know, you're trying, you're doing your best, you're actually serious about wanting to do well in the class. With that, if opportunities come up, they're gonna, you know, have you in mind. They're gonna contact you first. Same thing when it comes to your coursework. If they see that you're struggling in certain areas, they're gonna be more eager to reach out to you and say, hey, what's going on with this? Do you need extra help? If, let's say, you didn't have the resources to, I guess, tackle those things, they'll be able to help provide those resources. So I'm just highlighting these things because these are things that honestly I wish I knew going into college, and I'm just now utilizing that as I'm finishing off my degree. And I'm hoping that this advice is, you know, able to help anybody kind of going through something similar. If you're coming from a different country, it will be difficult. You're gonna have to do extra work. You're gonna have to learn their writing styles, how, I guess, how their curriculum is set up, how like little things like dates and how they write essays and just all those things. But it is worth it in the long run. If you've made the decision to move to a place, it's just like, I guess, transitioning into becoming or just adapting into becoming a part of that environment. It helps you in the long run. You know, you learn it one time, and the rest of the time you're there, you don't have to do all that work. So, these are two things I've touched on. The third thing is in college, especially here in the US, I don't know how it is in other places, but the US is very capitalist. So, to be honest, people don't really care whether or not you go to college and decide to take it seriously or not. They care that you're spending money on classes and they get to make that money. I'm just gonna keep it plain and direct. They care about the money that they're receiving from the government, especially if you're using financial aid. So, my advice to you is if you know you're spending any money, you're using financial aid for classes, you're putting yourself in debt, then try your hardest to take the class the first time and pass it. Do what you can. If it means going to SI sessions, if it means going to TAs, if it means getting outside tutors, or just, I don't know, figuring it out. I would just say don't just go to college for the college experience. Go there and work as hard as you can to graduate. There are people on campus that want to see you do well, but they're not going to come look for you. You're going to have to go out and find those people, find those mentors, find people that have been where you want to be and get them to advise you, because that's the best way you're going to be able to transition into whatever career field that you want to go into. So I guess that's really everything. I just wanted to make a quick video about this. This is something kind of vulnerable for me, so I'm just speaking about it because I believe my experience can help other people and other non-traditional students. And right before I leave, I just want to say that it is a lot harder for a non-traditional student to assimilate into the system. So if you're in that position, give yourself grace. Don't be so hard on yourself. The system doesn't make it easy for you to kind of adapt or for you to join. So give yourself grace, acknowledge that you're trying even though other people don't. And just keep reaching for the stars and see what works. Thank you so much for tuning into my video, and I will see you on the next one.